Whenever I watch an episode of Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner, I always make notes because I feel like they're very busy cartoons, there's a lot going on, and I don't want to forget anything when I discuss it. For the first half of this cartoon, I wrote nothing, and I honestly thought that that would be the whole thing. But actually, after about the halfway mark, there were several things that I thought were pretty impressive, so I'll discuss specifics without giving any real spoilers. But Boulder Wham definitely got off to a slow start. This is a Warner Brothers cartoon from 1965, directed by Rudy Larriva, written by Len Janson. And I won't talk too much about anything in any detail. I don't want to give anything away. I think I can mention the things that I liked without spoiling anything. But what I did like about this, and even in the beginning this was the case, there's a lot of interaction between Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner. There's not so much chasing after, because the Roadrunner is actually on the other side of the rocks for a lot of it, and the Coyote tries various tricks to get him to come over or to go over to him. The Roadrunner actually taunts him sometimes. There's a good use of signs in this, like actual signs that the characters are holding up, which I thought worked really well. So it was quite nice to see them both on screen at the same time, because that rarely happens. Or when it happens, usually the Coyote's on a bungee cord and it's for a brief second. But actually, we got a lot of them on screen at the same time, which I thought was very effective. The sound effects in this are amazing. That's usually the case with Coyote and Roadrunner, but just for some reason, maybe it's because, especially in the beginning, the action was boring. I was paying more attention to the sound effects. I don't know, but I certainly felt like the sound effects were all the more engaging and just spot on in this one. There's also a gorgeous shot that we get twice. We see this happening twice, where the Coyote falls down the canyon, and is it a canyon? I don't know. Down the cliffs, and we have the bird's eye view of him falling, and just the way it's framed, the way the rocks frame the image, and the colours, we have whites and pinks, and it's absolutely stunning. And yeah, we see that twice actually. So while the repetition necessarily wasn't appreciated, it was such a gorgeous shot that I didn't mind it. There's a brief use of a trampoline, which I thought was very effectively done, again with the sound effects as well. And yeah, the Roadrunner as well. It's rare that the Roadrunner will do anything interesting, because normally he's a more of a passive character who's just running around. Occasionally he'll do things, and in this one he actually did. He did kind of taunt Coyote a few times, which I rather liked. It gives him more of a personality rather than just making him a passive object, a piece of meat that the Coyote's trying to get. It gives him a real personality, which I liked. So absolutely a cartoon of two halves. The first half, although with good sound effects, was very slow. After the second half, give or take, it really picked up and I rather enjoyed it. So I didn't think I was going to be saying this, but I do recommend Boulder Wham, but give it a couple of minutes to get going.